Hello everyone, welcome to 30 minutes learning. Today we are going to see most powerful 3 component in SAPUI5. So in this video, first we look at Assert component. So Assert, you already lot of times while debug that time you see that assertion failed message. That message throw used by this Assert component. Then next component i18n. Most of the people says, yeah, well, create template project, create template. That time it's a default, it will create that i18n folder. Inside that i18n.properties file. Actually this its main important for this i18 is internationalization for all label text, button text, everything. It will be going to convert language to very easy to convert any language. So that purpose we using that i18n. So in that i18n namespace have that ResourceBundle class. So that class having that it's flexibility to use and fetch information inside the JavaScript file. So next, third component, log. So log, everyone know that JavaScript console.log. But if you use that console.log inside that SAPUI5 application, you get that red alert in web IDE. But it's not stop your application functionality, but it will look something it's error. So how to avoid this red alert? So instead of using native JavaScript console.log, we're going to use that SAP base log. So in the base log having that lot of options. So most frequently using method, 3 methods we are frequently using, like information message and warning messages, error messages. So in this video, we're going to look at how to use these 3 components. So go to web IDE, create a new application from template, select that SAP UI5 application, then click next, give the project name, log, so namespace dev, click that next, view name, I give that main, click next, then finish. Okay, so expand that log folder inside web app. You see that i18n. So I said i18n properties file. It's for internationalization, language conversion. It's very useful. So first we look at our control file. So controller, we create that main view, right? So in the main view relative main controller is this. So double click that main controller.js file. So look at the document. First we're going to look at that assert. So if that logic is failed, then that error message it will throw. So how to use this assert? So first we need to assign that namespace. in our JavaScript file. So first I'm going to assign that assert here, then bind that assert here also, then we can use that assert. So in that init method, while running application, it's initially this method it will run. So for testing I use this init method. So how we're going to test that assert function? So if any logical expression is failed, that time error throw. First expression, then give that error message. For example, I give that 10 equal to 10 and message it's correct. So I remove 10 instead of 10, I'm going to give the 20. So second condition, it's wrong. So it's wrong. So now we have that two assert function. One is 10 equal to 10, so it's correct. So next one 10 equal to 20, so it's a wrong logical expression. So if I run that application, that time assertion failed error it will throw. That content is it's wrong. So run that application, select that index.html, click OK. Okay. Here plus click that F12 button. See here in that console area, you can see it's wrong. So this message it printed here, assertion failed. So we know how to use that. We know how to use that assert functionality. So next we're going to look at i18n. So in that i18n namespace, we have that class called ResourceBundle. So first I take that ResourceBundle here and bind in that JavaScript file. Okay, I bind that resource bundle. So before using this resource bundle, we're going to create that two input field and one button in main view. So let's insert the content. I'm going to create first two label. Text input 1 input, then label text input 2, then input button name we can give add, and we're going to use that press event and add. Okay, so Now just refresh our application. Now we get that to input field 1 button here. So here input 1, input 2, this label, we have that some text property. So this text property we hard coded in that XML file. So how are we going to use that i18n? So first, before using i18n, I tell you that shortcut how to utilize this i18n properties. Control C. If you press that Control C, this new pop-up it will come. Here you can tell that string key. So input 1. So INP 1 and value input 1 type. You can choose that what's the type, this label. So command first input field, then press OK. You see it's now automatically create that one binding operation here. So INP1, if you look at that i18n properties, so INP1 corresponding value is input 1. Similarly, we just remove that input 2, click that Alt C, then INP2 value input 2 type label second input press OK. So it's automatically create like this, i18n greater than INP2 key value. So it's automatically fill corresponding INP2 value in that i18n properties file. Similarly, we can add button text. Alt C, button 1 value add type button text first button, click OK. See, it will add automatically. So just refresh our application. Here you will not see any difference. Instead of hard coded, we just using that i18n properties to pass the text values. So sometimes if you don't want to use this text property in that XML file, then how we going to bind the text property? We can use that controller ResourceBundle classes to we can bind that text property values. I will tell you how to use this one. Before go to this control.js, first we need to assign ID. So ID based we can bind that text property. So ID label 1 Similarly, label 2, label 1, ID button. Okay, so we remove the text property here. Go to this control file, see resource bundle. We already bind in that JavaScript. So in that resource bundle, we're going to use that create functionality. That method first we're going to initialize. So I just copy this function. I just command it of this Assert function, then paste it here. So just we already bind that resource bundle in the top. Then create function we're going to use, and URL. So in this URL, if you see i18n message bundle dot properties, in our case we using i18n inside i18n properties. So remove that message bundle, then make sure it's a correct value inside the i18n folder. So in my case I'm using that this file, so that's why I give that i18n. If you have the different name, then you give a different name in that i18n after any value, whatever you given. So next, asynchronous function. So if you give it true, then asynchronous function it will support. After that, bundle. So this is a promise functionality. If you see that create method, it will return promises. So this promise also return that i18n resource bundle. So we can use this GetText and has text. I will tell you what's the use of GetText and has text. So first we're going to use that GetText to fetch information from i18n file and fill that properties in XML view. So obundle dot, so method GetText. So we need to get that text value. So we need to give that key field. While creation we give that key field, right? So this is the key field, so we need to give that key field inside the GetText. So actually I just pass a value to text1 variable, then we're going to bind the text1 variable to this label. So instead of doing this, we can bind, take that ID, this dot get view by ID, then SetText. Inside you can give the text property. Make sure that SetText text is a camel face. Okay. Then second input key field INP2. So last one button 1. So here button different properties, different method to bind the text. Let's check button SAPM button. All properties having that get method and set method. So you see GetText, so that means SetText. So we can use that SetText. Key field is button 1. So give that key button 1. Okay, that's all. So now I refresh our application. Got something issue here. Let's look. Undefined get view. Okay, actually this function inside, if you use that this, it will notify inside the, this particular function. So we're going to use this for in that init function. So what we need to do, first assign that another one variable that is equal to this. So I pass that this value to that, and that variable I'm going to use inside the function. Then once again we refresh. Key input to bundle. Could not find the translatable text INP2. Okay, it's caps first letter, so it's typo error. Remove I, it's a small, and again I run. Then that INP2 it will replace to input 2. Okay, so it's everything. We get all information from i18n property file, and now we know that Assert function and ResourceBundle function how to use in the application. So next we're going to use log. So how if you see that log level fatal info, actually we're going to see in the section info, warning and error. These three log level you're going to use, and I will tell you how to use this log. So first take that namespace SAP base log and put it here. and assign that log here. Then you see that method error. So we're going to use this functionality, add button. We're going to create another one function on add function. This time we need to get that input value. Once that input value is wrong, then we can log that error, or if that what value you can get. While development time it will use definitely. So var input 1, this dot get view dot by id label id. Okay, input we need to assign id. So id input 1, second input id input 2. Go to here, id input 1 dot get text. Sorry, if you use the get text, you definitely get that error, because input does not have that get text property. Actually input having that value property, so we need to use that value. So get value. This dot get view dot by id, then get value. Similarly we're going to get that second input. Once that true value is not initial, we can proceed and display some message pop-up. So var output input 1 plus input 2, then log dot info output. Okay, now we just adding a addition functionality in that application. We check here, refresh our application. Okay, give that value 1 and 2, second input, click that add. So this dot get view dot by id. Okay, id I is a capital. Refresh again. One and 3. add, okay, it will perform, I think it not display anything. We use that log info functionality. Okay, I got it, why it will not display anything. Actually in that index file we need to configure what log we need to use. So we need to configure what type of logs we need to display. If you not tell anything, then if that error comes, then error only it will display. No other logs it will not use. So if you look at that log in that index file, I'm going to add another one additional property, LogLevelInfo. So instead of info, we can take all. Then we refresh our application. Now you see it's all log it will come. Before adding this function, it will only error only it will throw. If you add log level all, then all information, all type of logs it will display. So I just clear console, then add input value 2 and here 4, clear the console and click add button. Actually here it will trigger a lot of logs. After click event, okay, yeah, I think it's not adding. So instead of addition perform, it will just concatenate. For example, if I 22 clear unlock, if you see 223, that means our input not adding. So check, we're going to check our function. So number input 1, number input 2. Then refresh. 3, 4, add. Now you see get that 7 value. Okay, now it's working here. So info it working. Now next we're going to look at error. So now I'm going to change that log level error. Then I'm going to add else functionality. if that any input it's not filled, then we need to give that error. So log dot error input value missing. If you look at this method error, I refresh that application. Two and 3, click that add. Now you not get any message or any information, so now it's working perfectly, but we need to check that error. So I remove that input 2 value, then click that add button. Now you see error, now it's throw input value missing. We just now added that input value missing error. So like this we can use that error functionality in the log. So next one, warning. So that warning else if I'm going to add another one functionality. Log.warning. So how are we going to tell that warning? Check that input value length more than 2. We give that warning. Length is greater than 2. We need to tell warning. We can display that warning message like input 1 value length more than 1 digit. So we give that 1, then it's if we give that 2 number, then it will pass a value warning message. So next step, we need to change that log level to warning. So look at that enumerator, see this warning, add and refresh our application. Okay, 1 and 2, and just add, not get any message and no warning. If I add one more value in that input, now you look at that let's say area in the console. Okay, it's not working. Oh, it's not working here. I think we need to tell error log level all, then that warning it also will work. Okay, I add 1 2 and 1 clear, add, Really, it's something it's wrong. Something I'm missing here. Log warning. The file. Okay, input.length. Okay, actually, if the two value full, then that if condition it will only was it will um, it will true. So this function only it will apply. So next function it will not check. So this is the issue. So we remove this log. Total functionality we can take if before this if condition we put another one condition, another one if condition. So look at the delimiter and change that index file configuration warning, then refresh. One, two, three. So first input value I give 2 character length. So I add. Now you see warning it will fill. So input 1 value length more than 1 digit. We given that warning message here. So like this you can utilize SAP log base log functionality. You can get right native JavaScript console.log. So actually if you use that console log here, console log, same function, same message I throw. See now that file is red and here you see unexpected. So this file red mark it will indicate while developing application, but it will not stop your functionality. I will show you here. I just refresh that application, give that input 1, 2 and 1, clear console. Now it's everything, it's empty, and add. See, so it's our JavaScript native console log, our information SAP native base log. So this is the difference for console log and SAP log. If you comment the console log, that error it will go, file it will look good. So in this lesson we'll learn how to use that assert function, i18n resource bundle, and different type of log levels. If you like this video, please share and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click bell icon for further notification. If you have that any questions, please comment below in the comment section. I will reply, and if you want more video, any topic, I prepare and I will post it soon. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.